Hi, I'm Mike Miller. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for watching Creatives of North Texas, a show I put together to bring photographers and artists into your lives. And I'm honored today to have Larry Hill. Thank you, Larry, for coming in.
How's it going?
How's everything been going for you?
It's been great. There's been a lot of great shows, to film, in such a multitude that sometimes I have to decide whether I want to decide what show I want to go to, or if I want to run between 3 shows in one night, so
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
A lot of physical work to do all of that.
Yes, a lot of walking in one place or in a circle, and holding my camera up, and it's pretty heavy for my broken body.
What kind of camera do you usually use?
I've only been using this Sony A65 that I've had for about 10 years, 11 years.
How heavy is it?
It's not that heavy. I mean, for a normal person, maybe it's like not heavy. I think maybe it's like 15, like 20 pounds. But I've had some injuries where like I broke my shoulder in half, and just holding it up, something up for a long time.
Yeah,
it hurts, and then I'm carrying it around all the time.
Yeah,
and walking, and also I've had broken hips, and so it just wears me down. But
yeah,
when I'm filming, I don't notice it. I just pay for it later, like most things I do.
You've been really busy here lately. I noticed you put a lot of new videos on YouTube just the last few weeks.
Yeah, I've been going to a lot of shows, a lot of mixed genre shows, and everybody's been there's a show almost every day. If you know where to look.
Denton at Rubber Gloves, you did that one?
Yes, Denton was great. That was a very unique show. It was like one of the most different shows I've shot around here.
Pretty good crowd there that night.
Oh, it was huge.
Really?
Yeah. They made a lot of money, and for good causes like DMAC, and I forgot the other one, but it was tons of people.
And you did some at Andy's.
Yes, I've done a couple of shows at Andy's lately. There was some big touring acts, or not big, but big in the indie scene acts.
Oh, really? With
a lot of local artists opening up, and they were pretty amazing.
Basketball Boys.
Yes, they were real fun. Yeah.
They're a good band.
Yeah, I like them a lot. The name's interesting. I like it. At first I was like, I was trying to decide whether I was gonna go to Rubber Gloves or Andy's at night. But our friends, No Good Babies, Chelsea and Stephanie, were playing, so I decided to go there. And I'm glad I ended up there that night. And then I still was able to go over and catch what was going on at Rubber Gloves.
Yeah.
They were having a charity event too.
You filmed them doing a Christmas song at Andy's.
Yes. Yeah.
That was pretty interesting.
They did the, did they do the Alvin Chigmut song? Yes, they did the Alvin Chigmut song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was fun.
That was funny, yeah.
So it caught me off guard. It's like a Christmas song, but then it was that song, so I was like, I had to run and get my camera. I was like, oh, they're doing this song.
So you were going back and forth to Rubber Gloves?
No, I went to Rubber Gloves after that show, and I caught the tail end of that show, And it was some band called Upsetting who were really good, and a few others. I forgot, but yeah.
You've been doing this a number of years, though, filming bands?
Yeah, I've been doing it almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Because I never really planned on doing this. One day I decided my lease was up in Florida, and I decided I was going to go to Thailand out of nowhere. I was like, I'm not staying in Florida. And I bought a camera mainly for taking pictures and stuff and everything, because I never thought about filming shows or doing any of this stuff. But then when I moved to Bangkok, I met this guy that owned a music venue. He's from Wisconsin, and he had a Thai girlfriend, and they owned this 3-story building. And the bottom floor was a music venue / American style diner.
Oh, really?
And one day, I was just sitting there with my camera, and I looked at my camera, and because I don't read instructions and I don't pay attention and stuff. I noticed there was a record button, and the band was playing. So I was like, and I hit record, filmed my first song ever, and I was like, all those endorphins hit me. I was like, I like this, I'm going to do this. I kept on filming that show, and then after that, it was just a domino effect, until here, And then like
How long did you stay over there?
I was in Bangkok for like 9 months, but I was in Thailand in total for like a year. Like Bangkok was like at the tail end.
Oh, really?
You know, and then the only reason why I came back here was to get a new visa, you know. But then my mother got sick and she passed away, and before I could like move back or get another visa, one of my friends asked me if I wanted to take part in a music venue with him. So I became partners with him, and we had this music venue like in Fort Walton Beach, Florida.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there, you know, I filmed more stuff, like started booking bands with him and all this other stuff. And one of the first bands I booked was Pearl Oil.
Oh, really?
You know, so they're the whole reason, like I'm here, you know, and like.
You've made various videos of them?
Well, I only filmed that. I think I filmed that one night. Yeah, I filmed that only one night. But they came through town a couple times, and like I let them like crash at my place, so I got to know them and stuff. And then like after like right before COVID, I decided, not because of COVID, COVID wasn't even a thing yet, but it was about to be very soon. I sold my shares to that place, and I moved to Houston, and I was in Houston for a year, and I decided to leave Houston. Well, not leave Houston, I decided, well, me and my girlfriend broke up, and I was like, I'm gonna stay in Houston, I'm not gonna go back to Florida. But then I remembered like Pearl Earl, and also when, you probably know David Grimaldi. I knew David Grimaldi in Thailand. And like, I was like, man, these people live in Denton. They were telling me about this Denton music scene, and it's like psychedelic, weird music place, you know? That's what I helped build it up in my head. I was like, I'm not staying in Houston, you know? Because like, if I stayed in Houston, I would have been a totally different scene, you know? I think it would have been more like a punk scene that would hang around and stuff, you know?
Rap.
And I like punk, but I like psychedelic music and weird music more. So I was like, I'm moving to Denton, you know? I found someone to help me move my stuff, you know? And I got here, and like, it was the best decision that I've ever made.
That's great. How long have you been here now?
I've been here, I got here in June, or no, like July of the year before this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year. Yeah, so only like a year and like 7 months maybe. And I was lucky enough to find a house, you know, 10-minute, or like a 10-minute walk from Rubber Gloves.
Oh, really?
So it's
That's
like,
good.
this is amazing. It's like,
Yeah.
it's fate, you know? And then I was, I forgot what I was doing. Okay, on Halloween, that first Halloween I was here, you know, We Beasties was the first band that I filmed here. You know,
really?
They did that outside show for Halloween, and
Where was that?
it was on the behind Rubber Gloves on the train track stage.
Oh, really?
You know, and they had like a Jeffrey Barnes Brave Combo playing horns there with them. You know, it was fun. It was amazing. And like Dave used to build up like We Beasties like all the time, and I was like, well, I can't wait to see them. And then, but I was like, the pandemic was going on, and all this COVID stuff, and I was like, man, I'm not going to see bands for like a long time. But then that show happened, and I filmed that, and then I think that's when Chad, who's the manager of Rubber Gloves, you know, saw my videos and he liked it, and he asked me to do some stuff there. And then that kind of got the ball rolling for like filming here. And then the show started opening up, and I was able to do, because I was just doing like live streams like for Rubber Gloves for a little bit.
Oh, really? That's
you know,
good.
and then finally bands were able to play again, and then it was like, oh my God, I got this plethora of stuff to do. Plethora of stuff to do.
Yeah, I
you
know
know.
what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, and it's amazing. I like the sound. You know, like back then, you know, like when I had my own venue, I was only there for like booking bands or filming bands that I was booking. You know, so I didn't really get like a wide scope of our city. You know, but now here, man, like. You can go everywhere, you know. Just throw a rock in any direction, you know, and there's rock and roll, you know. So it's pretty cool.
I think next year will be a good year.
Oh yeah.
A lot of events.
Hopefully, yes. And like more festivals. Like I like these festivals that we've been having here, you know. I need to go explore Dallas more. I would like to go explore Dallas more. But also like a lot of venues there, you know, they don't like people with professional cameras, you know, filming stuff, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I need to find some way to give me LSC, or I don't know what you have to do, but we'll see.
So you filmed everything is temporary?
Yeah, everything is temporary, like James Jolly. James Dolly's, man. Yeah, they're fun. Like, I'm not usually into like a lot of pop punk, but everything in Temporary is great. His lyrics, you know,
Yeah.
are really good. You know, like it's not the little standard regular. None of this stuff. That's what I like about this like town. Like, none of it's stuff that you find anywhere near mainstream, but you should. You know, like
Yeah.
everything's great. You know,
Really good, true music.
yeah, I never go to a show and be like, man, I don't like this. You know, like it's enjoyable and like in some level, you know. So of course I like some styles and genres and bands more than others, but you know, I've never went to a show where I was like, man, I kind of regret like like being here, you know.
The
So it's great.
WBC's put on a wild show.
Oh yeah, they're amazing. Like I said, like Dave used to, you know, tell me about the BCs and all these crazy shows and show me pictures, and I was like, even before I decided I was going to come to Denton, Devin Cromwell was like, oh, you know, tell me it's the legend of like
Were
Richard
they at
Haskins and the
Denton Palooza?
BCs. Yeah, they headlined the Denton Palooza.
Oh, did they? Yeah.
That was a great.
And you made several videos of their songs.
Yeah, I probably got more WeBC like videos than anybody else in this town. You know.
Really?
Yeah, I met those cats and like we become good friends. You know, and like so yeah, I've been going to their shows a lot, and I think I don't know what the whole situation is, but I'm supposed to go on a tour of them next year when they're about to do like a 10-day tour.
Oh, really? Yeah, that'd be great.
So that'd be fun because I always wanted to like travel with band and do like mini documentaries and stuff like that.
Catch some
And,
clips from the local towns there and all
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So I definitely want an evolution into like the stuff I'm doing. You know, I'm looking to like because I just bought me a brand new mic that's way better than the one I had before.
That's
Now,
important. Yeah.
Now I'm looking to get new lenses and stuff, but I don't know. I just want to be able to film live music and outside of just like live shows. You know, I want to like maybe do something where it's just like a closed set and it's just like me with a camera, music straight to the board, but make it look all pretty with lights and fancy stuff, you know. And I just have to get this procrastination out of my system because
You
that's
use
probably
certain
most
softwares to
appealing.
add colors and tints to your slides.
When I film, it's basically I don't really mess with that. You know, it's just straight from the camera. But the camera has certain filters sometimes. It's got a black and white filter. It has like some filters that make it look trippy sometimes.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I can like just adjust. I don't know the names of this stuff. I just know what certain buttons do. Where like if the song is like more psychedelic and stuff, and it fits, I can like adjust it to where everybody looks, they're leaving tracers and blurry, you know. Or even like punk shows where people were like doing, you know, a lot of activity on the stage, you know, and like it looks cool. You know? But mostly I don't like edit with computer software. Actually on the computer, you know, because like I look at that stuff and I just go blank. You know, it's like I don't know what to do here.
It's tedious, I think.
Yes,
I
it's
don't know much
very
about it.
tedious. Yeah. I mean, even now, like I was like, like 3 days ago, like I used to like go through every video and like I put the title of the band and you know, where they're playing, and I was doing this for every video for like years and years and years. Then yesterday, or not yesterday or the day before, I was like, I don't know if it's new or just so oblivious, which is probably the case, that I didn't see it. But there's like a little button that says like reuse info, and I was like, what is that? And I hit it, and it was like, it shows all the videos I've done, and like by like whatever band title, and like I clicked on it, and then it just filled all the information for me that I've been tediously going one by one on every single video.
That's a good discovery.
So yeah, now I'm not sitting at my computer for like hours and hours, you know, like just putting the same info over and over again. Now I'm like just cutting in half, so I'm like, okay, now maybe I have time to study some software, you know, some editing software.
I know what you mean. It's overwhelming to me. So many new softwares and drum machines and all the kinds of loops they have. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So you were in the Army also?
Yeah, I was in the Army, and that's sort of like the catalyst for me, like doing all this. You know, I was in the Army for like 6.5 years, but then I was stationed in Italy, and I was in like this car accident, and I ended up breaking like all my bones on my left side, besides my ribs,
Gosh.
and break my pelvis in half. And I was in the hospital for like a year and a half. And then they medically retired me. And then all the money I saved, like while I was in the hospital and all this stuff, was all the money I spent, you know, to travel. And then like eventually like put down the stake in the music video I was talking about, you know. And then so something awful happened, and then, you know, as horrible as it was, you know, it's led me here where I've never been like happier, at least in the United States in my life, you know.
That's great.
So yeah.
Doing what you enjoy doing. And
yes, you know.
Get to meet a lot of people and
Yeah, tons of people. It's so great. I'm still trying to remember people's names. I met like a year and a half ago, you know.
but you know their faces and
Sometimes I'll be talking to people and like I realize that this isn't the person I thought it was. You know, I was like, should I carry on this conversation like this or tell them? Sorry, I thought you were someone else.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
done that
it's
too.
pretty crazy.
There's so many new faces coming and going out of Denton, it seems like.
It's like a revolving door. Yeah, all these students coming in and leaving. You know,
Austin people.
Oh, Austin, yeah. And Austin is so cool. It's like 4 hours away. Austin is like my new like New Orleans, because like where I live, you know, New Orleans was like a 4-hour drive, you know, and it was fun. There's like a lot of cool bands there, you know, to watch, you know, and the jazz bands, you know, like, you know, a lot of jazz bands, like psychedelic bands, like all this stuff, and it was like 4 hours drive from my house, you know, and then now I guess Austin is my New Orleans, you know, and so but I haven't been to many Austin shows yet, but I plan on doing that.
Were you doing any photography earlier in the military before you had your accident?
Nah, it's never really like crossed my mind to do it. You know, like I said, like when I decided to go to Bangkok, you know, I was like, man, I'm going to go travel. I'm gonna take pictures, and I had an idea in my head to be like, I'm gonna be this travel photographer, you know, blah blah blah. And like, then I realized it's like, I mean, photography is great, but it's not for me. I don't know how to make it look great, you know. And then like I said, like, I noticed that record button on my thing while the band was playing, and I was like, I'm gonna see what this looks like, you know. And then I did it, and I didn't really know what it looked like till the next day, of course, you know. But then I loaded it up on my computer, and I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. So I started.
It's amazing that for years we've had so much technology that's really pretty good.
Yeah.
It captures the sound and the video at such a high level.
It's great, even like phones just started doing like the same thing like older DSLRs can, you know, or even like some of the newer DSLRs, you know, like, man, pretty soon no one's gonna need a camera anymore, maybe. I don't know. I hope that's not the case, but we'll see. You know, and I'm sure cameras are gonna excel, but I don't think I can afford like, you know, like $10,000 for a camera. You know, they got those new red cameras. Those are so awesome, you know, but like, I don't know if I want to be responsible for like a $10,000 machine.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's bad enough I'm looking back at the camera I have now, it's lasted so long with me bumping it into walls and like, you know, not like almost losing it, you know, and stuff like that, you know. But I think I'm fine for now, at least like hardware. I like more lenses and, you know, maybe, you know, but I think I'm fine with my camera and my microphone and stuff. I just need to get better at video editing, you know. And I don't plan like editing every single video I have. Like if I capture some really good, I'll just like super edit that one.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna sit there and super edit. I mean everything.
Yeah, because
like,
you could always do that later in life or something.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
if you get
Or like
bored.
if I want to like decide I want to one day like do like a documentary on the music scene. You know, I have plenty of footage.
Yeah.
You know, and then maybe like whatever I pick from there, I'll super edit too.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff like that.
What was Bangkok? What's it really like over there?
It was great. It was awesome. It was like it was very cheap, you know, and like
Is it safe?
it was very safe. I mean,
Really?
every place has its dangerous areas and safe areas. You just
Yeah.
know where not to go. You know, don't go down the street that has no lights. Although I took that as a challenge sometimes, and I'd be like, just, you know, a little bit too many sheets in the wind, and I'm just like, I'm going to explore because I like to explore. You know, I'm an explorer. I'm like, got all this wanderlust, and like, I'll be walking around, I'll be like, I'll see like a long dark alley, and then I see lights at the other end, like another street, and I'll be like, should I go down this street? You know, it's like, but no, let's do it. You know, but yeah, nothing's bad happening to me. But I've heard like crazy stuff. You know, like a lot of crazy stuff has happened to people. But luckily, none of it has happened to me, despite my, you know, doing some dumb, dangerous stuff that I probably shouldn't be doing. You know, like American. Because I'm part Thai, and like that's helped me a lot while I was there too. Like with cops there, they don't mess around. Like they you don't have like the same like freedoms, you know, you have over there, you know, there they can just grab you out of a taxi and like search you, you know, and it's nuts. And like one time, like I remember I got some cops came and they came over, called me over, you know, I came over and they like searched me, they stuck their hand down my underwear and stuff and like just searched my shoes and everything. And you're supposed to carry your passport like with you everywhere you go, and I didn't have my passport on me, but my passport was in my apartment, and they'll take you to your apartment. They'll go get your passport.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Make you show it.
Yeah, but if they went to my apartment, and I would probably went to jail, you know. And luckily, like I was like, oh, my mom's Thai, and they're like, oh, like your mom's Thai. I was like, yeah. They're like, okay, you can go. I was like, well, I'm surprised that worked. You know?
That's good.
Yeah, because I would have probably spent a couple of years in jail if they went to my apartment.
But by your mom being Thai, that
Yeah,
made a big difference.
Yeah, totally saved me. You know, but yeah, Thailand, yeah, it was great. You know, and like food was cheap. You know, and the music scene there was awesome because I got to see all these like Thai bands, like Thai noise rock and like Thai punk. You know, like, or just like Southeastern punk noise and psychedelic music. And on top of that, like, there's a lot of Westerners there that teach English, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And it seemed like every English teacher I met, you know, has a band, you know?
Oh, really?
And,
yeah.
And they're from like Australia, you know, they're from like Norway, Finland, UK, here, you know? So like, it was so, it was crazy.
Yeah, diverse in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and like it was amazing. And like one of the coolest like festivals I've ever been to. Like it was inside this rock quarry. You know, it's like you were like in the Flintstones, like where Fred Flintstone works. You know, but playing like people were playing rock and roll. You know, they had two different stages. You know, you had to run back and forth between sets. But it was amazing. It was like the best acoustics ever. You know, because you're like a Canon, and whoever was doing the sound there like did amazing. Because I don't know how you do that with all those echoes bouncing out, you know, but it was amazing. It was like one of the coolest things I've shot in like my film. Yeah, it was an experience.
I bet.
And the mountains were on fire. You know, it was crazy.
Oh, with a volcano or something?
No, it was like just so dry and like people
yeah.
like, well, how a fire started? I don't know. You know, but some of the mountains were on fire. I was like, man, this is amazing. You know, I mean, it wasn't a good thing, but it looked pretty.
Like in California, they have so many fires.
Yeah.
You just see smoke off in the distance, you know, and smell it.
California is where I want to go to film some shows too. I would love to go there, and film stuff.
You'll probably make it one of these days.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've been to LA once and San Francisco. Which is the one with Dr. Trees? San Diego.
Oh,
I went to San Diego, not San Francisco. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me, my low geography skills. Yeah. Now, which ones doesn't have the big red trees? I don't know.
So what kind of trees?
Big red trees in San Francisco, you know, the what redwood forest?
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. I always get San Diego and San Francisco mixed up, and I'm like.
Whereas San Diego's more palm trees and.
Yeah, it's like more beachy, like yeah.
The big military base.
Is there one?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I wasn't there.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I was there. I was there for a week, and I filmed a couple shows there. I haven't done it in LA, in like this place called the Gaslight.
Really?
And it was pretty dope. Like one of the most interesting like vocalists I've seen was there. This guy, like every show, I guess, he paints himself completely in like the psychedelic colors, like it's very complicated, you know. But every day he does it. Like, I think it's totally different every time.
Man.
But he's not even like they're not even like a psychedelic band. They're like a punk rock band, like a hardcore punk rock band. I was like, wow, this is
Dang.
amazing. But if you asked me what the name of the band, it was, I couldn't tell you right now. But yeah, it was amazing. In fact, I need to find clips of that or something. I lost so much stuff though, like all the stuff I've done in like 4 years of doing my venue, you know.
It's hard to
like,
keep it organized on computers and cameras, it seems.
Yeah, like I was breaking computers and breaking like discs, but I had all that stuff up on my venue's like YouTube channel, and then like YouTube shut it down. And I think it's because like my place wasn't, like we couldn't afford like BMI and ASCAP all the time, and they're constantly getting onto us. And I think finally that's how they took their revenge.
And then you created a new channel?
Yeah, Animals Mistaken for Monsters is like older than that. It's like, yeah, it's older than that. Animals Mistaken for Monsters has been around for like 9 years.
Oh, that's good, and they've never shut that down. They've never.
Yeah. I think the only reason they targeted me because I was connected to a business. You know, they're we can get you. I think they were just trying to get revenge for me not being able to pay them all the time.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, they were pretty vindictive, I guess.
You have about 50 videos on animals mistaken for monsters.
I got like thousands.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I was going through it. I was going through it last night. I was like, for some reason, it doesn't tell you, or maybe I'm not looking in the right place. But I was like just scrolling down. I was like, man, it's like thousands and thousands of videos, and probably the same with all my other channels, you know. Because I try to film like every song I see, but now it's getting unruly. So now I think I'm gonna take a pause on all these bands that I've like filmed like tons already. Like just sit there and enjoy the show. Because I realize that sometimes I go to shows and like most of the time I'm looking through my camera. You know, I'm like I'm not really able to enjoy it the way I regularly can. So like a lot of these shows acts that I've filmed a lot, like WBCs and like everything is temporary, and like there's a bunch of bands where I'm surprised like how many videos I have. I'm like, no, for now I'm gonna just like chill until they have a new project coming out, or it's like or a new song. Or they're like, if anybody's like, hey, I got a new song that I wanna you to film, or an old song that we haven't played in a long time, stuff like that. I'll be like, I'll do that. But like I'm gonna start focusing on bands that haven't like shot that much, for like 6 months. Or something like that. Like unless like I said, they have new material or they want to put it out there, and or it's like
it's important to capture
event.
things by video for sure.
Yeah, it's great. I love it, and
I really appreciate you coming down today. I think we're getting close to running out of time. But,
okay, that's fine.
But thank you so much for coming and sharing your stories, and thank you guys for listening. We
Thank you
really
for having me.
appreciate it. And so have a great day. Thank you.